Hey guys, Lefty Games here. What we're doing today is we're playing 7 Days to Die, and I'm showing you a base build from the bottom up that is pretty much zombie proof. Now, it's also going to include some traps that don't need to be rebuilt ever. Well, actually just one trap with you as the bait. Maybe that'll be the separate video, or maybe that'll be in this video, just deeper in, and also in a second video. We'll see what I edit out and what I don't. But anyway, for this video, here is the whole base right here. Here's the side. And, of course, it's going to be up. Any base that's on the ground, obviously, the zombies will smash it. They'll smash through it. You got barbed wire, whatever. You got, guns shooting them. They run out of ammo. You got any kind of trap, spikes, you have to come out and rebuild them. If you have a base underground, the zombies will dig to you. If it's I've heard things way underground, and maybe the zombies won't go under there, but that's a big pain in the butt. I mean, who wants to do all that? So, this one is above ground, where the zombies can't get to you. You'll see how it's done, and this is how it starts. These corners here is where the pillars will be. In between the pillars, there's 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then pillar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then pillar. So there's 3 pillars. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a pillar, and then 3 pillars on this side. So it's basically a big square with 3 pillars on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 between each one. So every 6 spaces is a pillar. Now I lay down the blocks so that after I lay them all, I can come back and count. And of course, in the middle, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th one is a pillar. And then you can pick them all up, and then go up, because you want these pillars to be 5 tall, and on the 5th one you start building around. So let's cut to the chase and come back when they're 5 tall. And what this does with 5 blocks in between each one is if one of the pillars gets beaten by zombies, then the whole thing doesn't fall down. So that's why you want this exact number. Now, if I take this one out, then something's going to fall, but not if I had it connected here, see? So that's the idea. I take this out, that'll hold it up. That's what's going on with this exact number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces between each pillar. Once I get them 5 tall, and I get the top done, I cap all the pillars and make them 1 taller, and then finish the cap off twice, the 1 taller twice. Because once you do all these, you might lose track of which one is the pillar, and you don't want to have to count all these again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's annoying, I used to do them with the circular pillar things, but now you have to have some kind of saw to do them in the beginning, which means you can't do them in the beginning, so that's annoying. Let's go down here and see what's going on. Get out of sneak mode. You can see they're all 5 tall, and oh, well, that's not good. Well, zombies, anyway, ain't gonna be able to reach them. I guess I just did with that tool, didn't I? Oops. Yeah. So, all that's vulnerable is these pillars, and I'm about to show you why these pillars won't even be vulnerable, so stay tuned. Once you get the floor done, you need to put a wood frame around the outside. Just one thick, all the way around the outside. If you don't do that, a spider zombie will climb up the pillar and climb up to where you are and start breaking your stuff. The spider zombie cannot climb upside down, so he hits that and he just climbs up and down or goes away or does whatever he does. He doesn't go up. I normally put a ring around the bottom, the first floor, and then, I tend to build this thing pretty high. I put it around the first floor and then the second floor in case there's a breach on the first floor, and then I don't put it around the other floors. Now, when the horde night happens and the horde comes, you stand here, and there's no way up here. The AI, the artificial intelligence, won't be able to figure a way up here. Of course, there will be an easy way up here that I'm about to build and show you, but the AI won't be able to figure it out. And they will crowd around on the ground, and they will walk into that hole right there. Let me show you. They will try to get underneath of you, thinking that they can smash a pillar or something, smash something, and make you fall down. But they can't get under you. They have to fall down in this hole. So they fall down in this hole. Now, it's not really deep enough to kill them. It's deep enough to break a lot of legs and ankles. Not all of them, but anyway, once they fall down in that hole, most of them will just wander around. Some of them will dig it deeper and wider. Well, not deeper, but wider. But Anyway, now all I have is this stone thing, so I can't really go deeper without spending all day on it. So that's not going to happen later on. You know, you can make it deep enough so that when they fall in there, they die, and they'll keep coming and coming. And it used to be, at the end of the night, you can go down there and get all the goodies off of their bodies, and it would still stay there all night. I don't know if that's still the case with the updates. Oop, I'm about to break my own leg. But yeah, of course you don't leave this ladder here, or they will climb out. And another thing you can do is just get rid of this bottom layer of the ladder. And they are not smart enough to jump up and climb out. They just aren't. So, they try to get under you, they fall in the hole, and then they're trapped there all night. And then when Horde Night is over for the first time, you just, leave and go do whatever. And then when you come back, they're not down there. They just magically disappear. So, there's that. Takes no bullets, no arrows. I mean, you don't have to do nothing but stand here. You can just stand here and watch them writhe around down there. Or you can just put yourself up here and scroll Instagram or whatever. Later on when the spitting zombies come out, of course, you'll have to watch out for those. I hadn't really got that far yet, so I don't know what happens with them. I had thoughts about building it, 10 stories high and seeing if they would spit that high. And just staying out of the way on Horde Night. But anyway, this will get you up into the spitting zombies. Stay tuned for the way to get up here, where the zombies won't figure out how to get up here. Here's a finished product of the way into the base. Here. There's no other way up here, even for me. What I do is I come up those steps, I get a running start, and then I jump over that gap and come on up here. Sometimes I dig a hole there, so whoever falls will be trapped in the hole, or later when I get the tools to make the hole deeper, they die. And sometimes not, because, sometimes you will trip up and fall down there yourself, and of course if you fall in a deep hole, you know what comes next. But if you don't dig the hole, they will just fall down there and keep going around and coming back up and falling down. It's kind of funny to watch. The zombie dogs, a lot of times you can get towards the bottom of the steps and they will just run round and round the bottom of the steps. They won't come up the steps for some reason. Of course, I reinforced, built up the wood 3 levels high, and then not the rest for the most part. Because they might beat on it some. But once you come up here, if a horde comes by, then you can come to your spot and scroll Instagram while they're all dumb, or think about what you're gonna do, and then hop off on your hay bale over here and go do it. So for the hay bale, I just put these down as spacers and one away from the building, one away from the spider zombie thing, so these can come up now. It's just 9 hay bales, 1, 2, 3, this way, 1, 2, 3, that way. Now, this will take you, I've had these bases 10 stories high before. At each one after this is like 3 or 4 blocks tall, and I've had that happen for like 10 stories, and jumped down on hay bale, and I was fine. But what happens is the screamer zombies, even if you're inside doing stuff, and they can't see you, so they won't scream, but for some reason they like to come out here and beat up your hay. And so I've done things in the past, like put spikes out here, and of course that would kill them, but, it would damage the spikes too, and we already know how that goes. Eventually they would get through, because, they don't run out of screamers, they just keep coming. So it's occurred to me to just dig a trench around deep enough so that they get trapped in there, and eventually deep enough so that when they fall in, they die. Alright, now we're building the way into the base, the hideout. So what I did here was I just built out 1, 2, 3, 4 away from the base, and then I built these up just to make sure I'm in line with this little bridge, plank, whatever it is. And then I built 2 away to make sure there's 2 between that and what's going up here. And then you just throw up the frame. You see these aren't the right height here, so you have to make them 1 higher. Make them all 1 higher. There you go. Well, these going to be steps right here, so I might have just made them 1 too high. So you have to play around with it, whatever results in the steps going up to that level, so that, this is the same level as that. And once it's built, we'll come back and look at how it's done, how it looks. So I was right, for the frame it needs to be the one after it, just steps down, just like that. And you really need it to be too wide up there. This how-to is probably going to come after I show you the finished project and explain why it works. Otherwise, you'll be confused. But up here, if you only have one, you can't really get up the step and then, get your run and leap across. So you need two, at least, or you would trip up and fall down a lot. And, most of the time you won't sprain your ankle or break your leg, but sometimes you will. And I don't have to tell you that's annoying. You really need at least two. And three is a lot better, so you can get up there and, have a chance to get a good run and start. Because, most of the time when you come up here, you'll just be coming back from shopping or whatever. But sometimes you'll be coming up here with a horde on your butt, and you'll be trying to get away from them. And then, of course, you'll come over here to your spot so that they'll come over here and, get up under you. But, when it's not a 7-day horde, they're not as stupid. They won't go in the hole as much. They'll just kind of go around the hole and, they'll do whatever they do. But you can jump off on the hay barrel, which isn't made yet at this point. And go wherever. Once you get up here and get your wits about you, you can just go wherever. Maybe you can even put a box up here to throw your extra stuff in, so that you can just run off and go and gather some more stuff, and then the horde will be gone doing whatever they're going to do. Maybe they're going to go to a motorcycle rally somewhere, I don't know. And of course this is going to be too wide, so what you see here, you'll copy it. And not this is just a spacer and a positioner. So from here on over, you'll copy. What I did with the base, without falling down in my own trap, is I made these cobblestone or whatever that's called. Like I really know how to do cobblestone. No idea how to do cobblestone, but my character magically knows. I make these cobblestone, so if I hit a horde, I can run up there and stand there for a minute and think about what I should do, and then run and jump down. I'm thinking that maybe when the blood moon comes, they will still fall down in that hole like they used to. I don't know. We'll see, because the blood moon, when you run off somewhere, they follow you. You'd have to run all night. Even though I don't have my zombies on run, that would still be annoying to have to run all night. That's not really fun, is it? I want to have a base up. But, I don't have 10 million arrows, and even if I did, I don't want to spend, 2 full game days getting arrows up, running around looking for bird nests with zombie vultures. That's just annoying. Okay, guys, I was going to wait until I got some footage of the blood moon to show you this base, to process the video and to show you this base, put it up on YouTube. But it looks like when I went forward in time to try and hurry up and make the blood moon happen, that it made it so it just messed up the ticker, and so when I moved it forward in time, if you watched the other video, you saw that it didn't happen when I moved it to the 7th day. Now it's the 7th day again, and this morning there was no red, and there's no red tint in the sky now like there was. I don't know if they changed that, but, I'm going to go ahead and shoot this now, and if, I'm going to shoot it now while it's daylight, and if nothing happens tonight, then I'm going to put the video out. I don't want to shoot the rest of it while it's dark. So I guess when I put the time back to the 3rd day, maybe the ticker from the game wants to go 3 more days, which would be day 10, for real, but only day 7 to the ticker before it goes off. So enough yakking, and now I guess I'll put this part at the end because it's boring with all the yakking. Here's this trench that I added. It's enough to make me sprain my ankle or whatever, sprain my leg when I fall down in there. The zombies sometimes fall in there. I need to make it deeper. And, of course, I need it to go around all the way around here, too. Around. And then through here. And meet it, here. So that when the screamers come, and I need it to be deep enough so that when the screamers fall down in there, that they die. But the way things are now with my stats, it just takes too long. To dig this here has, taken like a full real-life day. And then some. So I can't be doing that. This here, they was hopping from there to at least, here. When I took this block and this block away, they was hopping from here over there like a kangaroo, man. And then I was, falling back while I was shooting and sprinting forward and cracking them on the head. So I built this second holdout, and there's a video on that. I'll put that in the description below. I'll put a link to it instead of explaining it again, so you can see what this is all about. This is new, and well. Whether or not this is going to work, I don't know, for the blood moon. You just have to wait and see a few days, but I want to put this video out now and, you know, get some feedback from it and maybe get a few subscribers, because as of now, my channel doesn't have any subscribers. And by the way, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, or tell me how much I suck in the comments below. Do something. Don't just sit there like a ghost.